Okay, here we go. Let's see. Wait for it to go there. All right. All right, cool. Here we go. I believe we're live now. Let's see. So, okay, I think we're live. Well, doesn't matter. We're on Zoom live. Okay, pull it up here. Here we go. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get our recording started. And I do believe we are live. Yep. Watch live. We are live. Nightcap with Carlos and Chantel. Here on our well, let's get the recording started. All right. Well, good evening. Carlos here.
Chantel.
I love my wife's body. I love that she recommended this nightcap on Monday nights. I haven't been dealing with the stuffed up nose, so I'm very grateful. Hot toddy.
Carlos is experiencing a little bit of the southern pollen here in Georgia.
Goodness gracious. I haven't had a
It's
stuffed
not
up nose
even
in so
really
long.
I mean, the pollen hasn't fully arrived.
I know it hasn't. So that's why I'm wondering, is this really what that is? Because anyways, who knows? It could be because I pulled that long day on Thursday and jacked my immune system up. It's been a while since I've done one of those. That was a long one. Started at 4:30, ended at 12:30. I was going to bed at 12:30 a.m. the next day. 4:30 in the morning, 12:30. I don't know, whatever that is, 20 hours.
It's a long time.
Yeah. But it was good. It was back-to-back appointments. Some of you I met with and connected. It was really cool. So, but yeah, we're here live on our, by the way, Epic Your Life school community, school.com. Hermosi, Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi are now co-owners with Sam Ovens. So it's super powerful to have them. We are really grateful for that because they are developing it and continuing to develop what Sam started, and he's still developing. He's amazing. So, anyways, grateful for that. And so we're going live now on that platform, but also live on our YouTube channel. So we're starting to do this more often. And that's what I wanted to say. But tonight's a nightcap, and we decided to do a nightcap on Monday nights because we literally just finished with the mentorship. We mentor couples, and we mentored a couple preparing for a wedding. It's really cool.
Mentor couples and individuals, not just couples.
Right. And so preparing for their wedding, and it's super cool. We've done that multiple times with multiple couples and, like she said, with singles. That's always fun too when we work with singles. They get engaged, and then we work with them as couples, and then we help them build out the legacy after that. It's kind of the process.
Yeah, we have 2 weekend weddings. We won't make the second one, but 2 weddings coming up.
Yeah.
From those in our community. So super exciting. 1 week away for the first one.
That's right.
We'll be heading to Indiana, which we're super, super excited about. We realize that a good huge portion of our clientele
majority
are in the area in Indiana, Napanee area.
Goshen.
So
kind of interesting.
We're excited. We're excited for that. We're excited to get to see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yes.
So,
lots of
that'll be fun.
Families, couples, individuals too that are in that area. Super cool. Some we've actually never met in person, but I've done some like mentorship through Zoom. So getting to do that. We have a retreat in May. We do Epic Your Life retreats, and we have one May 23rd. We're just like, we always tell the location 30 days ahead. So we'll decide that in April, but we were like, dang, maybe we should go up to Indiana and do a retreat there because we go out. This last retreat was in Orlando. We've done Arizona, California, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, yeah, multiple times. Tampa. Florida, yeah, different parts of Florida, different parts of California, Costa Rica. We did one. It's cool. Like, yeah.
Heck yeah, let's go back to Costa Rica.
I know.
I miss Costa Rica.
That's nice there. So let's talk about today. It's our nightcap, kind of reviewing the day. My day start early, 4:30. By 6:30, I've worked with about three incredible entrepreneurs and business owners in the morning, early like that. That's why I start early before they head to work. But yeah, it was good, super good. It's always amazing to see progression. And with a lot of what we do with our mentorship stuff too, personally mentoring business owners and singles and couples. And first with Marriage Mastery, it was super cool. One of our clients we're working with who's rising up in leadership in our community, Eric had such wisdom, Eric Schleybaum. And he's helping with the men's, by the way, Mondays, you men that are watching this, it's open. It's open for men. Come join us. We have a men's leadership call, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and so do the
Women, yeah. And we had his bride, Katrina, shared today.
yeah. So on our with Eric, now going back to his story, like he and I meet quite often in the morning. He's one of the business owner and entrepreneurs that we work together. We call it Yokership. They're our legacy leadership and super powerful leader. He has been but one of the things he said wisely was he realized like how important the marriage and the home is first. And out of that, you develop a much more successful business. I was like, man, you are so right on. So perfect. And super grateful to see that perspective and seeing that wisdom come from actually he's young. He's still in his 20s. It's super awesome to see that in such wisdom. But yeah, so mature for his age for sure. And so with that, then he's been helping me lead the men's call on Monday nights. We're going through a book called The Windy Road of Excellence. And it's a really best-selling author and great book, a business about like business, but about life too as well. Having excellence is a windy road. But anyway, so Eric and I have been doing that together. He'll read a lot of the book and then I do some commentating. I always got something to say about it.
What? Who, you?
No, no. So, but we have a blast. It's really cool. And so there's a lot of great men on there. And we process through this stuff and we're developing leaders. So
Mhm.
been awesome. So then, yeah, his beautiful bride. So that was my morning. A lot of times I love hearing from Eric and connecting with him. He's a lot of fun to connect with in the mornings. And then, like I said, he's also developing and starting to help lead our community, Epic Your Life. So Katrina too, right? She did. You guys had the ladies call today.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Yeah, so it's really powerful. Both to be seeing, these guys really tap into their truth of who they are, their identity, and then like kind of really having this kind of breakthrough explosion in both their marriage and their business,
Yeah,
and seeing what that looks like. So Katrina's topic today was really kind of her just sharing her journey of discovering her identity in her cycles, right? So as women, we can either fight the waves and be frustrated about them, and we can see them through the lens of, what society sees them as, what, most of the men on the population know them is like a time of like torture, right? We need to build a man cave and
escape once
we
a
need to go
month at
away
least.
from our wives.
Go hide. Supposedly.
Right. So, Carlos and I learned a long time ago that it is a blessing. And if we shift the lens, we change our framework, right? We can see the menstrual cycle for what it actually is, which is a superpower. For women, for us, I mean, it's what causes us to give life, right? There's so many different things. And what Katrina has done, and it was really powerful to hear her share, was she has really tapped into it and looked at it as seasons, right? So there's different weeks in your month, and identifying what that is in that week, right? So one would be um, awareness. One would be
Cool.
the release, which is the actual menstrual cycle, right? One would be what was the next one? She had all of these different ones. You have to watch it. But it was really powerful, and just to have that dialogue with these women. We had a lot of new girls on because we've opened it up on the school platform, so that was fun. I have some new faces, and
Nice.
yeah, it was just really awesome, and again, such a blessing to see our legacy leadership like just really experience their own breakthrough and rise up with confidence and want to share, right? To know that number one, what they're experiencing in life and their intentional journey of leveling up, that's valuable for others, right? And I think that's really powerful, and I love to empower and support that because it's so necessary. Like we as society, we need that. We need to be inspired by our peers. We need to be surrounded with community that is intentional and life-giving and that, just sees through healthy lenses,
So good.
right?
So true.
So it's fun.
That's pretty powerful. Just to see that duplication and seeing leaders rise up. They're really amazing. So that's cool. Lots of mentorship today, lots of connections, jam-packed
Mhm.
schedule. So how was that?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, lots of I think what I love about mentorship is it's the opportunity to check in, to touch base, to see where people are at. We've obviously every week we set forth some goals to attain and we check in on accountability levels and you know see if they're meeting those goals and how we can support them better in that. And I've seen a lot of phenomenal action taken and I love the women that I work with that you know the majority of their action they're taking. You know what I mean? And they're seeing results and feeling good about themselves and that's super fun.
Yeah, I think about it like because now we're starting to get out there more on social media. And I recognize like we did it organically. We did mentorship and working with and building a community organically. A lot of times people build a social media following and then do the mentorship or coach people on whatever their expertise is in. For us, it's been the opposite. Like we've done this for years and working with people now. We're like, well, I guess we start putting stuff out there on social media. We got our YouTube channel now and then yeah, we're doing these little times of connection and talking about this. And one of the things that came up too in our men's call that I thought was super profound and a little, I don't know, Carlosism, if you would, that I created through it was um, just the wisdom of understanding. If you believed you could, then you would. And in the book that we're reading, they were talking about that because those who believe will act on it, will do it, right? And I really thought about that. And I'm like, that's so true. And I shortened and I just said, if you believe you could, then you would. Your lack of action and you're frozen or you're like, I just can't do it, I can't do it, is because you don't believe. That's always there's your actions prove your belief system. So if you're not taking action in an area, that's why you don't believe. So then sometimes I have to borrow belief even from
Yeah,
my
I was
wife.
gonna say that. Sometimes we
Yeah,
need to tap into other people's belief in us.
that's right. So, and that happens a lot. Like,
Mhm.
and vice versa. She'll see something, she doesn't want to take action on, like, babe, but I believe in you. You have such wisdom in this area. Like, oh my goodness, super powerful. Like, they hear you more than they hear me. So please talk more because I talk too much. So, it is true. That's a good marker for all of you watching. And just a little nugget that came from our men's call that I thought was really cool. Like if you believe you could, then you would. It's just you can apply that to anything.
Yeah.
What else?
Um, there was another one that I brought up that we've said for years, but I was reminded of it today in one of the mentorship calls. Because one of the action items was to find a hair and makeup artist, right, for some special pictures. And it didn't get done last week, but there was a lot of other focus and whatnot. And then the comment was, well, I'm just gonna call this one person. She may be more expensive, but I know whatever. And I was reminded of, the nugget of, when back when we had, I think it was the handyman business. And it was, you're bending over, picking up pennies, and you're shitting out $100 bills, right? So there was a number of
Yep.
calls that we were talking about, like, what is your time worth,
Yep.
right? What is your time worth, and how much are you saving bending over, picking up pennies, and shitting out $100 bills? Like, if you're,
Yeah.
you know what I
So
mean?
good.
So recognizing that
So
we have to really be aware
and value, right?
of
That's
our
really,
value
yeah,
and
so
whatnot.
true.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is a good one. I like that one because it's so real. Like, and I think about it all the time. Like when I'm trying to save money. Oh my goodness. But I spend so much time trying to save money. And I'll never forget we were on a project. This is where this comes from, this story. And this is where this came out. And we were developing out a construction crew. And I think I had the like superintendent and some of his guys there. And we were all waiting for these materials. And we were trying to save money by going through the pro desk or something like that. And so what ended up happening was I figured, okay, well, if we send it through this pro desk or whatever, it's going to save like thousands of dollars because we had like a $10,000 order or whatever. But we had to run all the materials through $5,000 order, I think it was something like that. It wasn't the point was is that we had to run it through, so everyone had to wait while we ran it through this certain pro desk, and we waited in line and ran it through there. I saved like $50, man. And in that moment, like we were there an hour with like 4 or 5 people there. In that moment, I just got so angry, like passion, like and devil mark on me. Like, I can't believe I just spent hundreds of dollars with people sitting here, not going to start a project to save like $50, like 1%. It was so
But how
silly.
many of us do that, right?
Yeah.
And we don't even know it. How many of us actually do that? Like, it's crazy.
On a lot of levels, on a
On a
lot
lot
of
of
things.
levels, yeah.
Like, what was it? Even earlier, I was thinking about we're renting some equipment, right? We want to rent some equipment. I was just like, that sounds too expensive to rent that thing. So I called around and all the prices were the same.
Yeah, so you did it again.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, that's too expensive. So I wanted to confirm it. So I took time to call around. It's real. Epic your life. We're still learning. We are. It's part of the
Old habits
process.
die hard.
Look,
Some
yeah,
people like bending over,
no,
picking up pennies and shit now, $100 bills.
that's true. It's only if you know that your time's worth $100 bills, right? So that's part of the process. Well, no, I'm gonna do that because I could save this and that. And you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You just told me the value of your time. Like, really, I'm gonna save $5 by calling 10 people. I'm like, okay, so an hour's worth $5 to you. I know because I lived it. I was a guy going to a dollar store, but I had to go to the dollar store several times because it would break a lot faster.
Yeah, we had to fix that.
Oh, jeez, man. So I'm guilty for sure. My bride has been so good for me. Like even, paying high dollar for like name brands, that's a big no-no, right? Well, you're just paying for the name. Well, yeah, for maybe some of them. Some of them you're paying for the quality. It'll last like 10 times longer than that cheap ass one you bought. And then, for instance, tools. Like this is a real story. Like my bride, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just let you go buy this tool because I know it's an expensive type tool. Like it was a pressure washer. It's a true story. And like for me, I'm like, oh my God. I look at the price. I'm like, I just can't I go buy a pressure washer from Walmart like for an eighth of the cost of that pressure washer? So I just finally be like, babe, we need a pressure washer. Can you go buy one? She comes back with the top of the line pressure washer from a hardware store, steel. And this thing is like, but have we had one problem with it? No, zero problems. And we've had it for like 3 years. That thing runs like a champ, still fires right up. It's super awesome. I'm like, babe, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, I wish I
Then
would
he
have had
goes,
her buying my
can
tools
can
back in the
you
day with our
can you go
businesses.
get a what was it, a weed eater?
Oh yeah, head trimmer.
Hedge trimmer.
She came back with a really nice one. I just know myself. There are old habits. I have a hard time. Like, I'm like, especially because here's another hang up, man. See if you can relate. Here's another really strong hang up for me. When I look at that, I'm like, I do the math. I'm a math guy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay $800 or $1,000 for this tool. How long is it going to take me to make that money back? So now it's like, I'm not even making money on that tool. It's using it for my ranch. And I'm like, what the heck? What? Why wouldn't I get a dollar store weed eater?
Harbor Freight. I
Harbor
can just take
Freight.
it back. How much is your time worth?
That's right.
How much is your freaking
It's
time
cheap, but
worth?
then you got to take it back
Oh,
5, 6
come on. God bless
times.
America. Please.
It's true. She's so good for me. She is. I love it. So,
Little,
anyways,
little glimpse.
little nuggets of our life. But I know myself. So then I learn, I'm like, babe, can you go buy this? She does a little research, finds out which one's the best, has the best review that she buys. It's not about price, it's about quality. And I'm like, I love that. Amen. Amen. Howard. And then we haven't had to take them to get fixed or repaired or exchanged. Nothing. Just use them.
That's right. Enjoy them. Quality.
So
All
anyway.
right. On that note, buenos noches.
Yeah, we'll call it a night. Hope you guys have a good night. Get a good night's rest. Get some sleep. Tomorrow.
Give me
Well,
some good night's sleep.
I know I'm ready. My nose. Do you guys have stuffed up nose lately? I haven't had one in years. I do not like stuffed up noses. You have to sleep at night like this.
How many men?
I'm serious, man. It's just one of those things. Just get rid of it. So, but tomorrow we do Coffee Connect time. So check it out. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that in the morning is kind of talking about work-life balance. This is just a nightcap after our busy, busy day of working with clients in our beautiful community. So have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Those of you who are watching live on our YouTube channel or watching live through our school community, school.com, Epic Your Life.
Good night.
Good night.